if I can, hopefully, in my lifetime, I will also be able to own a landed property.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's the only way to own land.
Okay, so but I think his question was that should somebody buy that center portion there, which is the 20% of all the housing stock in Singapore, compared to 5% for a bigger exit audience? Because if you look at this, we talk about 2030, there's going to be 7 million people in Singapore, out of which, if I were to speak to 2 people on the road, one will be a Singaporean, one will be a foreign resident. And of course, we always like to talk about this 4th box here, which are foreign investors who are not living in Singapore. So basically, the condominiums are the only class of properties that opens up to every singular citizenship.
Yep.
So should somebody buy it? Because this is like 77 million. So we're thinking like 340,000 divided by 7 million, which is technically how many percent? 340 divided by 7 million.
5%, 4.8%.
4.8%, right? So it's like a ratio of 4.8% versus 73,000 divided by 3.5 million. 2%. So which one has a better probability?
I wouldn't really say 3.5 million because we also want to see the income brackets.
Hey, good point.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, coming back to the percentage, help me to make sense of the percentage. So we're talking about buying condominiums. You have 340,000 vis-a-vis 7 million people, and then 73,000 vis-a-vis 3.5 million people. Which one has a bigger audience? It should be the landed, right?
If
The
it
landed has a
base-
bigger audience, right? Because 73,000 vis-a-vis 3.5 million Singaporeans.
No, but yours is international market one.
Yeah, of course, there's this.
Then you must
okay, there's this part that's
include the
there's
entire
not.
population.
No, then okay. Then we just look at this 3 population, no?
No, I
7
think
million.
I think what George is trying to say, right, is that not all 3.5 million people
Can
are
afford
equal.
landed.
Yes.
Yeah, so you have to see
So we need to find charts. Let's do some charts to talk
Yeah.
about income
Yeah.
levels.
Maybe you should ask Brian to come into this channel.
I think it's very simple, right? Because the top 10 percentile in terms of declared income, let me see.
Okay, so we need to do a
10% down.
demographics income chart.
Okay, top 10% based on NOA declaration, right? If I remember correctly, if you own about, if you declare about like 180,000, I think you are in the 10th percentile in terms of like income
180,000
bracket, 180K,
NOA.
right? So generally, we always know that in terms of a combined family income, let's say, 15,000 combined family income, I would say that generally 15K, whether it's a combined income, individual income, right, that will be sort of like a quite comfortable kind of benchmark for you to enter into say a private property that is about $2 million range and higher. Of course, like I can be a lower income bracket, I can get into one bedder. We don't need such a higher income bracket. So in summary, I would say that just now I think
sorry. $2 million now. What is the monthly installment?
$2 million now, that's about 7,000 plus.
7 to 8,000 already.
Because
Because of the higher
15K.
interest rate.
last
No, 15K a bit
calculation,
tough
right,
lah. I think
you
15K a
need,
bit
you need
tough
about
already.
24K combined income to afford.
No, 15K, you see, combined income, let's say husband and wife, total 15K. Take home, right?
Tough.
It's only about 11K.
That is tough. Yeah.
Then pay 7K mortgage, you're left with 4K disposable income. Actually,
Yeah.
it's tough already.
Yeah,
Sorry,
every day you
sorry.
can only eat vegetable.
Let me cut that one out. The numbers
it's okay.
The numbers
It's
wonkers.
okay, it's okay.
It's the hard truth. Yeah,
No,
I
so-
think need to-
Unless interest rates goes down, lah, right?
Wait,
yeah.
But TDSR is not reversible. So basically, I think comfortable has to be 20,000. I think
I come up with the wrong number. Hold on.
comfortable
So
has to be 20,000.
So this is actually a question that was asked during the recent webinar.
Right.
Yeah, I
What's
think
the question?
the question was
What is the comfortable level, is it?
whether people can still afford
No.
$2 million properties, right? The
yeah,
FAQ.
something like that. Will
fantastic
Singaporeans
question.
be able to afford beyond 2 mil projects? So I think there's an increasing sentiment that prices are increasing, and are the income levels, the wage levels catching up with this increase?
$2
of-
million your installment is 7,009 for a loan tenure of
8,000.
25 years. Let's say
Yeah.
somebody is 40 years old, 4% interest rate. You just loan 1.5 million, 7,009. And if we take a healthy level, we take 7,009 times CPS recommendation of about 35%, right?
That one cannot like that. so just now I say 7,000.
that means you have to earn about 20,000.
Yeah, just now I use 7,000 is
I see.
mainly because I'm using a 30-year loan tenure, right?
Okay.
So, of course, number one, I would say that generally, because as like how the prices went up, right? I think we have a discussion of this before, is that maybe in the future, right? People who can really afford private properties are actually owners who own private properties today.
Yes.
Because you are sitting on an asset that actually help you to build equity on top of your income increase, which allows you to actually get a bigger value property in the private property space. Yeah, so I would say that in generally, I think whether is it like condo or landed, which one is better for you? I think number one, we have to decide what is the price point that we want to enter. That's number one. Number two, I always mention that how much of it is based on own stay and how much of it is based on investment. Meaning, for example, if I have a portfolio of $4 million and I understand that like I have investment priorities and I have like a big family, then maybe landed suits the own stay needs because you need that space. But if today you are a couple and you want to have a more conservative approach, of course you don't need to stay in a landed property, right? And so it might make sense for you to split into two properties. Maybe the own stay one, $1.5 million. The one that you invest is at $2.5 million. Because I always share that like in the investment property, we can always be more aggressive. We can max out the total debt servicing ratio because we are using opium. And when you use other people's money, people are paying for it. And hence, you are actually more, you are safe in that context. But when it comes to the property that you are staying in, even though total debt servicing ratio is at 55%, I always share with my clients that it will be ideal if the monthly installment do not exceed 40% of your income.